It's now time to talk technology, and Kobe Nkrumah is here with the latest. Belated birthday wishes to you, Kobe.
Thank you.
Yeah, we should have gotten you some tech-motivated birthday gift,
but
it's okay.
I wanted something else,
so they sorted it out. Okay, but let's talk about Facebook.
Yes.
Facebook has agreed to pay a $5 billion fine,
which is the highest
ever.
Yes.
But it's because they violated our privacy. But there are still concerns, though, of, that violation still happening.
Yeah, so a lot of controls are being put in place to make sure that Facebook does not infringe on our privacy again. And some of them include removing Mark Zuckerberg's control over certain privacy parts of Facebook, and also making sure that people, by fining Facebook, it makes us, the users, safer, because then it means that we've got people looking after us. Now, it's also, some people are also concerned because Facebook paying that $5 billion is quite easy, considering the next bit of our story.
And that's because they made a lot of money.
Yes.
They made about $22 billion profit.
$22 billion in profit.
In profit last year. $22 billion. So that's
chicken change.
It's not even half of the profit they made. Yeah. And so people think it's not stringent enough.
Exactly. People think they're not really going to feel it, because they're making these profits because we are the product. Them creating targeted ads and showing them to us is basically what's making them the money. And this is the privacy that they're infringing. Most people don't want to be the targets of these ads. Most people do not want to be, known, identified by advertisers and all these things. And unfortunately, this is how Facebook makes money. So if you're asking them to pay $5 billion for making $22 billion, some people think that it's not deterrent enough for them to concentrate on people's privacy.
But here's the thing. I experienced something over this week, and I realized that I was getting suggestions. So Facebook will suggest a video to me, and it was based on earlier videos I had clicked and watched. Would you consider that a form of targeting? Because people also pay to improve the reach of their posts.
Yeah. Well, for that part of Facebook, I personally think it's a good feature, because then you always find content that is relevant to you. Imagine that you're not a sports fan, and then you're scrolling through your timeline and you keep coming across, it will deter you from going back to Facebook. I personally would not even log into Facebook if that was how it was. So I like that feature, but it also does not change the fact that they are using you and your data to use this to target you. Considering that some people even find phone numbers, you save someone's phone number, next thing you know, you find a person on Facebook being suggested to you, hey, would you like to add this person as a friend? That's the part, the privacy concerns people have. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to suggest my Facebook page to someone I just met and gave my number to, because maybe my Facebook profile is independent of me as a person.
So Spiky, how do we protect ourselves? Because I'm just imagining, is there a way, is there something I need to click in my settings? I'm just trying to see how we can all stay away from the issue of privacy violations.
There are a lot of privacy tweaks that you can do. For instance, if you want to change the public view of your post to show to only your friends, even your number of friends. There's so many privacy controls on Facebook that you can enable to make sure that you stay private. Some of the controls do not include you being anonymous on Facebook. So say you can't, for instance, detach yourself from Facebook in the sense that people cannot reach you with targeted ads. Now that is a feature people are pushing for. They want not to even, receive these targeted ads or even ads at all. But that's how Facebook gets paid.
Well, from Facebook to another, let's talk about Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram has decided to remove the likes or the like counts on posts.
Yeah.
Why is this such a big deal? I mean, people go on social media to get a sense of appreciation, and I know that studies have been conducted around the world because people have a sense of validation when they go onto Facebook and they see that their posts are liked maybe 300 times or 3,000 times. So what's Instagram's problem?
Yeah, it's more like basically what you said. People feel that they're getting too engrossed in Instagram likes, in social media validation. Some people have actually even committed suicide because of these pressures. Like, for instance, one of these social media influencers gets, they get pressured, and these are millennials. These are people who have no sense of psychological strength, if I should put it that way. They can't determine what is pressure on social media and what is real life that they should focus on. So this is actually something Instagram is testing to make sure that people enjoy the platform for what it is, content, and not because I'm posting for likes. I'm posting for likes. That's what. But
this is very debatable.
It is debatable because there are people whose living depends on these likes, like influencers on social media, whose followers and like counts are what brands use to determine whether they can do
how
business
many
with
people
them.
you're reaching, actually.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry. On Facebook, you're able to tell if it's a video, the number of views.
Yes.
Even if people didn't like it, you know that you've reached maybe 2,000 people, but maybe just 100 liked it. But I'm not sure it's the same for Instagram, is it? It is.
Instagram shows you the number of views.
But only for videos.
Only for videos. But it doesn't show you. Well, if you go into the analytics, now that's where I think this is going to become a game changer. Because a lot of people just use likes, views, followers, but there's so much more data that you can get from behind the scenes that could help influencers sell themselves better to brands.
It's only available to geeks like you, I'm sure.
Which is why they should hire geeks like me.
Okay, let's move on quickly now, because Samsung has fixed a problem with its Galaxy Fold. I remember that we spoke about it here when they released it, or they showed snippets of that phone, and already there were people just cracking the phones while they tried to fold them. But Samsung says it's fixed it and it will be available on the market in September. Good news?
As you can see on the video, this was the first foldable device to hit the market, but unfortunately they gave it to early adopters, early journalists for them to test, and when they tested it, they realized that it was problematic. It was breaking. The screen had a film on top that was coming undone, and some were trying to remove that film and even breaking the screen. So Samsung had to redesign the whole phone to prevent this problem from happening again. Now this was bad for Samsung because this was supposed to be a revolutionary device, something that people were going to jump on, and unfortunately for them, it started breaking. Now, well, we've been seeing them saying, hey, we fixed it, it's coming back, and now finally we've set a date. So Samsung says in September, they're bringing back the $2,000 Galaxy Fold to the market.
We go to get one so we can just review it here. Sure.
Play with it.
Thank you very much, Kobe and Nkrumah there with what's happening in the world of technology. You're watching News Desk. Coming up shortly in business, economists suggest an enhancement of the national identification system to shore up revenue. Emmanuel Abwajiriafe has details shortly.